hiding in my closet because my kids are home for Thanksgiving break. Um, Today is just a really, really hard day for me. It would have been my brother's 32nd birthday, and holidays and birthdays just always hit me the hardest. I think hit anyone who's lost a loved one the hardest. I'm not going to go to work today. I will be taking phone calls, but this is just kind of a day that I take to myself, and it happens the kids are home on break, and that's totally fine. I love being around them. He killed himself 8 years ago. He served in the army, and he did a couple tours in Baghdad, and he just did not come back the same. He was a cavalry scout and had to do some things he didn't want to do and wasn't proud of. It was just part of the job. And came back and was having some relationship issues with his wife. And I think he was about 2 months. Like, he had served his time and decided not to re-enlist. And he never really stuck out the help that he needed. And he had a really hard time getting hold of medication for PTSD. I feel like once the Army and the military, which I am not anti-military at all, thank you so much if you serve, but I feel like you all do not get the support once you are out of the Army, out of the military. I feel like our country can really do a lot better with that. But he didn't get the support he needed. He didn't talk about it too much. And I just remember his wife calling me, and they had already filed for divorce, and it wasn't through yet, and his wife calling me saying, he's gonna do it, and I was like, well, he's gonna do what? And she's like, he's gonna kill himself. And so he had just left my house not more than 10 minutes before she had called me, freaking out. And he normally would stay over and he'd hang out with the kiddos and he'd watch a movie with me. And he was just acting very, very odd. And he gave me a hug and he said, I love you. I'm like, I love you too. And he hugged me again. He's like, no, I love you. And then he was like, okay, I love you too. And then he left. And then I get the call from his wife, not very long after. And I called him and I begged him and I asked him not to do it. And he just felt like there was no other choice. And he kept trying to give me the combination for his safe so that we could have money to pay for his funeral. And obviously I was angry with him and trying to talk him out of it. And he's like, he said, do you want our last conversation to end like this? Of course I didn't, but I was trying to get him to not make a crazy decision. He stopped answering his phone calls, and I guess what happened was he drove out to Sibley, Missouri, by the lake, and his wife and my younger brother actually figured out where he was and met him there, and they said that they thought that he might have a gun in his car. So as my brother starts walking towards the river, his wife and he's my stepbrother, not that it matters, but he's my brother, started going through Scott's car. My brother's name is Scott, so is my husband. Kind of confusing, huh? And they couldn't find the gun. Well, they looked over and he had pulled it out of his waistband and shot himself. So there was no saving him. The cops were informed of what was going on, and they were kind of hanging out in the background, and I guess didn't want to come up for their safety. And I understand that. My brother was not belligerent or anything like that, and he would have never hurt anybody. He was just after his own life. So
that is kind of the story. Haven't had a great, I didn't have a great childhood. I won't say I haven't had a great life. I've definitely had a great life, but that was just something that really, really changes you. I can't imagine for his wife and my little stepbrother. I can't imagine what they went through. But it's been 8 years, and a lot of healing has taken place. And I guess why I'm telling you this is I'm just hoping that if you have PTSD, if you have anxiety, if you have depression, it's okay to reach out. It's okay to get the help. Don't hide. There's nothing to be ashamed of. I have a friend who started a YouTube channel just about kind of her journey with mental illness, and I'm so proud of her, and I want more people to be like her and to talk about it and to normalize it and to not be afraid to get the help that you need. I'm just hoping that this experience, if anything, will help me with any kiddos who come through our home through foster care, because I know what it's like to lose somebody very close to you, and it's a very traumatic experience, obviously, and what they're going through is a very traumatic experience, to be ripped apart from their family. So yeah, I hope you all have a great Thanksgiving. We have our meeting on Monday, where the supervisor of the agency comes over and talks to us, and then she'll assign us our caseworker. So I've been kind of just cleaning the house like crazy, and yeah, I picked a really, really bad day to schedule that. My kids are going to be home today through Sunday, and then our meeting is Monday. So hopefully our house doesn't get trashed, and hopefully I can keep up with it. I'm definitely going to assign some chores this week, but happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, hopefully this wasn't too much of a downer for you. And yeah, it's just life. Life is hard sometimes. See ya.